Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Pure Nintendo Podcast. This is your weekly dose of all things Nintendo. My name is Gemma, and joining me this week, I have, once again, my two excellent friends. Firstly, welcome back to Trav. How you doing, Trav?
Oh, I'm okay. Thank you. I'm glad to be back. I missed you guys, and hopefully I won't have to go this long in between episodes again.
Yeah, we've missed you too. But welcome back also to the one and only Kirk.
I'm glad we got the band back together. Let's go hit the road.
Yeah. Excellent. It is good. Thank you both for joining me this week. Thank you, listeners. We have a lot to talk about, some Final Fantasy stuff. We're going to dip back into the Mario Galaxy movie and see what's happening there. We've got some announcements, the games we're playing, of course. But let's kick things off with the news. And the biggest news, I suppose, of this week last week, is Final Fantasy 14 is coming to the Switch 2 this August. It doesn't have a specific release date. I believe it's just August. But this is big news for fans. And I have to admit, I haven't played this game and I didn't even really know what it was until this announcement. But it is what we call an MMORPG, which is a massively multiplayer online role playing game for those playing at home, which for me, that just means World of Warcraft. So, have you guys ever dipped into an MMORPG before?
I played a bit of World of Warcraft in my day.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Not a lot. Well, like, because you used to get magazines and they had the subscriptions.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you got free accounts. It always came with the CD, get your free account and go in. And so I'd horse around with that for a bit and then say, yeah, I'm not paying for something that doesn't end.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, well, apparently this is really popular. Final Fantasy 14 has been very, very popular, which is why it is big news for fans. It will be coming with mouse controls, apparently, according to the developers. And so it's a Switch 2 game. And it was originally released in 2010. So it's been around a long time. And that was for Windows PCs. But it actually was the performance was really bad. It wasn't received well, and they rebooted it, I guess you could call it. They redeveloped it. They re-released it. They did the whole thing. They re-engineered it and released it in 2013. I think that was on maybe PlayStation 3 and or 4 as well as Windows. Anyway, that did a lot better. And now since I think it was 2021, I saw they had 24 million registered players. So I think it's their most popular Final Fantasy game, which is why I can't believe I didn't even know about this. But I think, as we've talked about on the show before, since Final Fantasy kind of left Nintendo in the 90s, I was always a bit, I don't know, I had a bit of a chip on my shoulder about it. I was like, yeah.
So you didn't play Crystal Chronicles?
Was that on the DS?
That was GameCube, actually,
GameCube?
with Game Boy Advance connectivity. I
Ooh,
mentioned that
no.
because they mentioned it in the article you referenced here from Vooks, but that was actually the first Final Fantasy game to return to Nintendo hardware
Oh, there you
after
go.
they left during the 64 era.
Yeah. No, I didn't play that one. I did play Tactics on was it the DS or the 3DS? I think I played that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, Chronicles is on Switch eShop
Yeah,
for anyone who wants
cool.
to check it out.
Yeah. I mean, it's such a big series. So there's so many games in the series. And I didn't even really realize what number they're up to. Do you guys know what number they're up to? Like, this is 14 we're talking about. Do you know what they're
And
actually
this
up to?
came out when? In 2013, you said, or something?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, then there must be several more.
I don't think there's a lot more. I think it's either
No.
15 or 16.
Yeah, there's 15 and 16. You're right, Kirk. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, and 16 is not that old. I think it's only a couple of or a few years old. I think it's maybe 2023 or something like that. So, yeah, and it is the kind of game that does come back in sort of swings and troughs. Is that the saying? They have re-releases, of course, all over the place with this game. But it seems like people are really excited for this, and it's almost like people are saying it's finally coming to Switch or Switch 2. I don't know if you can say finally because the Switch 2's only been out not even a year. But and could the Switch handle this? I don't know. It's an MMORPG. Does Switch even have anything like that? I don't
If
know.
it was knocked for bad performance, I mean, initially, would they want to risk it again
Mm.
on
Yeah,
Switch?
exactly.
I have a question though, and
Mhm.
you may not know. I'm just looking at the same source here you are, but for because I've never really played an MMORPG. I played games that were like offline games that mimicked
Mhm.
MMORPGs, like the Dot Hack series back on PlayStation 2. I don't know if anyone ever played those. They had the same, type of thing. It was like you were online, but you weren't. They had fake message boards and everything. Is there a mode for somebody who doesn't want to go online with this, or is it strictly
I think
online
it's
only?
strictly online only, but I do believe you don't need Switch Online to play it. You just need a subscription through Square, I guess,
Which is
is
how
what
much? Do we know?
I don't know. No, that detail wasn't in the articles that I read. So I'm not sure. I know there is a discount if you already have an account on some other platform. There is a discount for the Switch 2 if you continue your existing account on PC or PlayStation, whatever, you get a discounted Switch 2 account. But if you cancel that original one, you pay full price, I suppose. So,
Do I understand that right? If you have a subscription and you're playing it on one system, you
mhm.
still have to pay more to use the same
Yeah.
subscription on a
Yeah.
different platform?
Yeah, apparently the Switch 2 version, you have to start from scratch. Like, it's a new account, I think, from what I've seen, what I've heard. And I
Would
mean,
anybody do that?
I don't know. I guess they're trying to target new players would be my, like, assumption? I don't know,
Well,
because yeah,
now we
why
know
would
what
you?
puts them massively in. It's not just multiplayer online RPG. It's massive multiplayer
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
online RPG.
I don't know. I guess maybe people who wanna play it in docked mode, like, sorry, in handheld mode, but I guess you could do that. Could you do that on the Steam Deck? I don't even know. But I'm not sure if that's the reason people would want both. But why would you want both? I don't know. You just play it on your
Maybe
system that you
listeners
have.
can let us know
Yeah,
if you would
maybe. Yeah.
pay extra.
Yeah, 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 for sure. So that's the thing that's happening. So I don't know. I think there'll be a special introductory rate or subscription or something. I think they even mentioned something about, and I don't know how wide this would be, but some playable, almost a test version before release. But that might be an internal thing just to make sure it's working properly on the Switch 2. So yeah, we'll see what comes in the next few months. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like any of us are probably going to get this one. By the sounds of it.
No.
No.
No, don't.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this
never
and it's
say
very much
never.
my kind of game. Oh, sorry,
Mhm.
Trev, go ahead.
Oh, I
Hmm.
was just gonna say never, because I mean, I don't like the idea of paying for another subscription, but I mean, what if this came out and it was just like lighting up like the charts and critics loved it and fans loved it? Would you
Mm.
feel that pull? Like, I don't want to
Maybe.
miss out.
Maybe, honestly, I don't know. It's possible. Yeah, let's never say never. I just don't know if it's the sort of thing I'll have a lot of time to dedicate to if it is a never-ending thing. Like World of Warcraft, I've never gotten into. I know lots of people who do love it. Great. It just like Kirk kind of said, it's a bit endless, isn't it? So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm very comfortable saying never.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, they do have lots of quests that come through. I think there were 6 main releases over the last whatever years, 10 or so years. So I don't know what the Switch 2, whether that brings all of those together or how that works with an online game. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, it's good for fans. I suppose a lot of people will just want it because they're huge fans, and so they'll probably pay twice or quit the other one. I don't know what people will do.
you
But yeah.
watch, Kirk. We're gonna get an email and they're gonna give you the game and I don't know, 3 free months of subscription access.
Yeah, if they had a discounted intro rate, or a trial period, I could try it for sure. I don't necessarily want to pay for 12 months, but I would definitely give it a go. And it depends on the price point
Well,
as
that's a
well.
good question too. Do they lock you in for a year, or can you do
Mm.
like 3, 6? Like Just Dance used to do that. You could do like a month or
Yeah, and
3 months,
if you
really.
don't play for a month, you're still paying, I guess, right? Like if it's a subscription, it's like if you don't watch Netflix, you're still paying for Netflix. So I assume it's
Their favorite customers, those
yeah,
that
yeah.
pay and don't play.
Yeah, that's it. But there is more Final Fantasy news, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming out on June the 3rd. We knew that already, but there is a demo out now. And I was wondering if either of you had played it, first of all.
I haven't played anything for like weeks, really.
Yeah,
So
you've been
no.
out of action. That's fair enough. Kirk, I think you should try Final Fantasy VII. I'm
Yeah,
gonna I'm gonna say that.
I used to work with a guy who was huge into Final Fantasy, and he kept telling me, because I was mentioning earlier, this is very much the kind of game I like. Obviously, a very melodramatic JRPG.
Yes. Yeah.
So I played quite a few of them, never on the proper device. Most of them I played on an iPad. When they
Mm.
were, they released all the old versions that way. Um, I've never played 7. I played 10 and loved that on what did that come out on like the Switch? Or
Yeah,
was it
maybe.
the
Mhm.
10 and 10 2? But yeah, I haven't played. I'd be much more likely to play this
Mm.
than 14, which I would never touch. But yeah, this I could probably get into.
Yeah, I've been playing the demo, and I'm just playing it thinking, I really think Kirk would dig this. I think he would like it. It's really cool. And sorry, just back to 14 for 2 seconds. I think this is actually the second MMORPG for the series. I think there was another one. I don't remember which one it was. 11 maybe, which is interesting. I don't know what happened to 11, whether that was just online and then it's now offline. I don't know the answer to that one.
11 walked, so 14 could run.
Yes, yes. Thank you. This is why we miss you, Trav. You have these little anecdotes to add, or not an anecdote, just a little saying, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's the second in this series of 3, a trilogy. I guess they have a word for that, don't they? A trilogy. And this is a reimagining of the Final Fantasy VII. The cool thing is next year. So the third one is set to come out next year, and that will be the 30th anniversary of the original game, which is pretty neat. Hopefully they do. Apparently it's on track. The developers have said the third one is on track, and I love that. So the Switch 2 is kind of catching up with Rebirth, the second one that has already been out on, I guess it's PlayStation 5, and I think it was a couple of years ago, maybe 2023-ish. This release on June the 3rd is also for Xbox. So it's like it's coming out to both of the systems at the same time. So I feel like the Switch 2 is in a good place getting this game, this huge game, on not just the Switch 2, but another console. So it's like it's at the same time for both of them. And then I'm going to assume, they don't know this for sure, but the third one will presumably come out on all consoles at the same time, I'm hoping. The Switch 2 is definitely in, like, it's one of the consoles that it's coming to. Developers have said it's being worked on in parallel, which means it might be even better, the third one, because they didn't just port it. They're building it with the Switch 2 in mind as well. So that'll be really neat. It doesn't have it does have a name. Like, this one's called Rebirth. The third one does have a name, but it hasn't been announced yet. So players, like we fans, players, whatever, don't know what the third one will be called. So that's a bit of trivia there for you. So, but yeah, I reckon, Kirk, give the demo a go. Give it a go. See what you think.
All right, I'll work it in.
If you have time. I know we're time.
Is it a long demo? What do you get? Does
Not really.
progress carry over?
Yes, it
Okay.
does. I haven't finished the demo, so I'm pretty close, I think. And I've been playing maybe like an hour or two. Like, it's about that length. It's not too long. The demo for the first game was similar in length. It was around an hour or two. It's kind of chapter 1, I think, or at least part of chapter 1. So yeah. It's pretty cool though, and it looks really nice. And I said this about the first one when I played that one back in, what was it, January? This one, this looks beautiful. It really does look gorgeous. And I've seen lots of comparison videos comparing it to the PlayStation 5, and it's not quite as good, but it's pretty good. Like, it's pretty good. And when you're playing it, it does look really awesome. So yeah, I think it's really good. I could talk more about the demo now, or should I talk about it under games we're playing? Because I don't really have a lot of games
Just
to talk
curious, how many demos have you downloaded so far this year?
about. I've already lost count, Trev.
Yeah, you're gonna win at the end of the year.
Oh
when it's
yeah, that's the only
played.
reason I do it.
I think Nintendo should maybe separate the demos to their own category.
Do you think I'm cheating a little? Well, I love when they have a demo like this, because it's the first one that came out in January. Got me into it, and I bought the game because I'd played the demo. And unfortunately, I haven't had a lot of time to play that since then. But now playing this demo has made me want to go back and play that first one again. And I am keen for the second one, but I don't think I should buy it until I've at least finished the first one. But I'm glad I tried the demo because it's kind of reignited an interest. So,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, I like demos. I mean, back in the day, I used to like they would have demo disc for like early
Yeah.
CD consoles, like 3DO or early PlayStation, and I used to love
Mhm.
those discs because you'd get to experience games you probably never would have because it was whatever the rental shelves had, right? At
Mhm.
least for me. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And this one, like the first one, it lets you start at a high level if you want to, like as in your character's level, not level of the game. So you can make it really easy for yourself. So it can be much more story driven instead of like less difficult. You can make it less difficult for yourself. So you can also choose a difficulty level on top of that as well. So you can make it easy and high level. So yeah, there's a few different ways to play, which I really like. So if you just want something a bit more just for the story, just to enjoy the graphics, just to enjoy the ride, you can still doing the battles. You can automate the battles though as well if you like. So there's that option too. So there's quite a few of those kinds of, I don't know if they're called quality of life or not, but definitely making it more accessible for people.
almost like a visual novel at that point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're still moving, like you still move the character. Like in this first chapter, he has to kind of walk along through. This one's a bit. It's interesting. The initial part of this game is more like back in time. He's telling a story, Cloud, the main character. And so you're playing Cloud's through Cloud's memory. And it's interesting because sometimes the people he's telling the story to will say, "Oh, did that really happen?" And it's like it brings you back to that, "Oh, this is a story." And he has to answer the question like yes or no kind of thing. So it's quite interesting. It's quite well done. Yeah. So we'll see what that one goes to. But listeners, let us know if you're playing the demo, if you're interested in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth or 14 or any Final Fantasy. What is your favorite Final Fantasy? I'm
Let
guessing
me
Kirk
ask
is
before we
10.
move on to,
Yeah.
if I'm going to download a demo, should I download the demo of the first one? The first part of 7 that came out in, what was it, January?
Yeah, probably. I mean, this one gives you a recap at the beginning, and I got what was happening because I have played not all the way through, but I've played some of the first game because I've owned the first game and played the demo. So the characters, you sort of see what's happening and you can kind of just piece together, oh, this must not have gone well, kind of thing. There is a new character in this second one at the start called Zach. You only play him very briefly and then he disappears, and you do this story thing that I was mentioning. So I'm not sure what his role is in the game, and I didn't really recognize him from the first one. So maybe I haven't got far enough, or maybe he's not in the first one. I don't know. You couldn't do. You would probably be better doing the first one. Is my short answer, I suppose.
Okay.
Sorry, it's a long-winded way of saying that. So yeah, go the first one. It's really good,
All
and
right.
it looks just as lovely. I
So just
think.
to put you on the
Mm.
spot, though, Gemma, you recommended Kirk play the first. How come you didn't finish it? Was it just other games get in the way,
Yeah,
or
just time. Like I finished the demo. I finished the first demo because the demo it's a really complete demo. It gets you to a point and there's a boss fight and you do a thing. It's you're on a mission sort of thing and you complete this mission. So the first one is really I love the way it's captured in a little nutshell. And then I did go and buy the game because I was, you know, entranced by it. And I did play it, but I just haven't gotten as far as I would like. And it is just
okay?
time.
It's not like you
Time.
quit because of a difficulty spike or
No,
some
no, no, no.
bad gameplay
Time
thing.
is the thing that
Hmm.
made me quit. Yeah. So yes, I did see that. I think the first one, I think it's on sale at the moment,
Yeah, it
which I'm like,
is. It's
yeah,
40% off.
I know. I'm like, oh, I wish I'd kind of just waited now since I haven't played it. But at the time, it's in the moment, and you want to play it and talk about it on the show, of course, and things like that. So I bought it at the time. I can't regret it. And I think you did get a bonus, didn't you? You got the original Final Fantasy VII. You could play that as well, like in
Well,
its
there you go.
original
Yeah, well,
format.
that's a good bonus.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, keep an eye on this sequel. Give the demo a go, I reckon. Anything else before we move on?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Let's dip back into the Super Mario Galaxy movie briefly because this is still doing really well. I think it's going to hit the billion mark. It's currently sitting just shy of 850 million across the globe. That is, I think it's and it's not quite 50-50, but US is around the 300 or 400, and the rest is the domestic. I think domestic might be about 500-ish. So yeah, it's doing really well. We know the first one got over the 1 billion mark. So I think, do you reckon, Trevor, it's good to have you on because you haven't had a chance to talk to us about this yet. First of all, we want to know if you saw the movie, but you've been sick, so maybe not.
No.
No.
It's funny. Well, it's not really funny. It's sad. But this week, which was, about probably the first week I started feeling back to myself. And
Mhm.
I told my wife, I said, I got to get to the movie. I said, we're probably going to bring it up on the show. And I said, plus, I want to listen to the podcast that you guys did, a
Mm.
few weeks back. And I won't have to fight probably the crowds at this point, even though the movie's still doing well.
Mm,
It's not
mhm.
like it's going to be like, to capacity. We're going to be in the front row. But yeah, I just have not gotten, because that's the thing about being sick. It's like you got to prioritize. It's like, okay, there's like secular work and family and other things. And unfortunately, pure Nintendo kind of, is a little bit down the peg. So,
Mm.
not that
Yeah.
I wouldn't see this movie, anyway, even if I didn't, it wasn't affiliated, with the crew here. But
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to it yet. So, but I do want to see it, and I do want to see it theatrically on the
Mm.
big screen,
Yeah.
just because it's that sort of movie. I'm sure I'll still get it on streaming too, like I did with the other one, which I got on Blu-ray or whatever, 4K, whatever it is. But
Mm.
that's my
Yeah,
long
cool.
answer to say no. Haven't seen it yet.
No,
Did
that's
you see it more
okay.
than once?
I did. So I went and saw it twice. I've seen it twice,
Wow.
sorry, at the movies, which
Okay.
is cool. And I know some people have seen it like 10 times. So
Oh,
I'm not really competing with them. But I did go back and see it a second time. And I actually enjoyed it, I think, more the second time, just because I didn't have those expectations, those preconceived, or what do you call it? Those preconceived notions of what to expect, I suppose.
yeah.
I knew what to expect, and I just went along for the ride, and I was just enjoying every second of it. Yeah, I really liked it. Um, really enjoyed it. I took Hayden along with me. We saw it with my niece and nephew as well because they hadn't seen it, so I was excited to see it with them for the first time. They really liked it. My niece in particular, she loved it. It's just so colorful and fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it is a really good movie. I'm glad it's doing well. I know there's been that kind of critics versus audience opinions. So I'm glad people have just been positive about this one, like critics aside, but the general fan consensus has been this is really good. You see people saying, I don't know what the critics talking about. This is really fun. I enjoyed it. And I'm like, that's great. This is for the fans. The fans are liking it. It's like, we get so much negativity online, and this one hasn't copped that. It's just been, everyone's been really, really positive and enjoying it. I think that's great. So,
I
yeah.
feel like movie critics, I mean, because like we're critics too, right, with video games, but I feel like movie critics are they're their own breed.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm not saying it's better or worse or even really expressing an opinion on it other than to say it's a different thing. So I don't know what the thinking process is.
Mm.
Like with games, I feel like we know, even if a game's not our thing, we know like a game's audience, right? Like
Yeah.
I know a melodramatic RPG may not be my thing, but I know Kirk's gonna dig it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if critics feel like movies should just have as broad an audience as possible, eh, or
Mm.
maybe a narrow audience for specialty taste. I don't know, but the ultimately it's not about critics; it's about dollars. And even this weekend now, it's been out for weeks, and I was looking at the U.S. tracking. I think it's third at the box office, and
Mm.
it's fighting brand new movies. So, and it's still leaking out. So that's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point. It's like movie critics want something to fit into almost a template. Like it has to have a really good story that, with, I don't know, certain elements. But this isn't about the story. Like it has a story, of course. It's a little all over the place, but that, it's it's more about the fun and the action and the humor. Like it's just, and obviously the graphics are a huge part of it too. So yeah. I feel like Kirk has an opinion there somewhere. No?
Oh yeah, well, do we? I think we discussed it a couple weeks ago about critic takes on
Oh,
this, but I
yes,
also
you
think
did.
like
Yeah.
something new to that too is that it's occurred to me recently that a lot of critics, I like not just of this movie but a bunch of movies, really want films to be very dark. They want to be
Mm.
a really deep internal struggle and characters making terrible decisions and doing awful things, and maybe eventually rising up from it. But in everything, every type of movie, they want to see that kind of struggle, and it doesn't fit in a Super Mario thing.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
we can't have the mature struggles with Mario and Peach and everybody. It's going to have to be superficial, and
yeah.
so if it's not there, it's not appealing to them because it's not what they want in a film.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's a great point. Yes, I completely agree. So it looks like it's coming to streaming services on May the 19th, which is relatively soon. Now, this is probably a pay-per-view, whatever you call it. Like, it'll be on, I think they're saying Peacock, which I don't know what that is. We don't have that in Australia, but what is Peacock? What is that?
It's the paid
Um,
service for NBC.
Oh, okay. So it looks like it's coming to Peacock to first, and then it'll come to Netflix at some point. Now that date hasn't been announced, but it'll come to Netflix after that pay-per-view, whatever, 2 months, whatever that period is. But that looks like it's happening on May the 19th. So, yeah.
I hope Peacock does better with the Mario movie than they've done with the NBA playoffs.
Why?
'Cause
What have they done with that?
they're not up to sports streaming. I don't know. Like
Ah.
the audio sucks. It keeps freezing up and
Oh, really? Hmm.
like I don't know. I'm getting off topic, but I've been watching because it's the basketball playoffs and yeah,
Mm.
Peacock's just like I'm like, man, this is lousy. And I
That's
hate that all the games are spread where I need Peacock and I need Prime and I need Hulu and
yeah.
it's like let me just watch I don't know. I'm
That's
getting off
weird.
topic.
I thought one studio kind of had the rights to a sport sort of thing. No?
I don't know. But to
Mm.
your point with the Mario movie, I would imagine it's gotta be basically you buy it or you'll rent it for like a purchase price because that's a quick turnaround,
Mm,
from
yes.
what it was in
Yeah.
released to being on streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Very quick. That's like 6 weeks kind of thing. So,
I bet you
yeah.
they'll do like you can buy it for 25 or rent it for like 20. And
Yeah,
who would
something like
rent it
that.
for 20 and
I don't think
$5
I've
Mario on it?
never rented a movie off streaming. I don't know why. I just
Wait,
because
no, never? Any movie?
no, I've never paid like, I pay for Netflix and all the rest of those
Oh,
streaming services, but I've never gone ahead and bought a movie on streaming, like a digital movie, because I don't know, I wait for it to be not free, but if I'm paying for
oh.
Netflix, I'm gonna wait for it to come to Netflix, you know what I mean? Like, or I'll see it at the movies. I much prefer seeing it at the cinema than paying for it on streaming. I don't wanna pay $25 to see a streaming movie. The cinemas
Well,
aren't even
that's one thing I
$25.
learned, not to interrupt or
No,
we
you're
can get
good.
off topic, but that's one thing I learned from one of the podcasts you guys did. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. I don't think I remember knowing that you worked in the cinema, Gemma, because I
Oh,
did too
yeah.
when I was young. That was one of my first
Did
jobs.
you? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that
Look
was
at
a fun
us.
job.
Oh, yeah, I loved it. It was a dream job for me. It was great.
Man, you guys were watching movies. I was doing dishes at Perkins. How's this fair?
I know, it's not, it's not.
Hey, well, that's good, honest. It's a noble profession, right?
Yeah, someone's gotta do it, right?
People got to eat on
Can't
clean
someone else
dishes.
do it? Hmm. Anyway,
Yeah,
let's
I
move on
missed the
from
movie job. I would do it now if I'm
oh,
sure they
yeah.
probably
It
only
was
hire
great.
kids, but
Yeah, I loved it. I could have stayed. I had to choose between, something more grown up and the cinema. The reason I left is actually because I transferred cinemas because I moved interstate, and the one I moved to just wasn't as much fun. Like, it just wasn't as good, and so I quit and got a proper job. But, I mean, a proper job. You can be a manager, you can be a it can be a full-time job. You can be a full-time projectionist or whatever, which would be awesome. But no, I
yeah,
ended up yeah.
I remember thinking maybe I'd get promoted from popcorn maker to projectionist,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
stay long enough to. But it
Yeah.
was fun. Gemma, I had to actually, I was like bouncer. I had to do like you with the flashlight, but I had to kick people out who would
Right?
sneak into R-rated movies,
Oh,
and
really?
I'm a little guy. Like I'm not even now. I'm not a big guy, so imagine me trying to kick out a
Yeah.
16-year-old
Did
football
You're
player.
not a big guy, but you have aura.
Maybe
Alpha
that's
Trev
true.
comes out every now and again and terrifies the people out of the theater.
I
Did you
appreciate.
have
Yeah,
giant Kit Kats like in The Simpsons, the ushers, remember? They had the
no, I had my little flashlight and a greasy vest, and occasionally we'd have a can for like St. Jude's or whatever to try to get even more money from people, which I never liked doing that because you're already paying a ton for popcorn and candy. And
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
yeah, I guess I did. I guess I was kind of convincing. Fake it till you make it, right? So
Yeah, and there's
if
something
I
about
didn't feel tough, I acted tough.
well, you've got a uniform and a torch. It's a bit like no one wants to be embarrassed in the cinema. I know some people argue back, but generally, like, it's
It was
illegal if you're
hard
under
trying to
18.
find them in the dark too,
Yeah, yeah.
especially if it's a full movie. Like I was usually pretty good. By the third time, I'd find the right person, but
Yeah.
that's awkward. Can I see your stub? And they have to
Yeah.
dig it out. And
In my mind, you carried a baton like a British officer, smacking it in your palm and walking up to people like, "Here now, what's all this then?"
Yeah, that's funny. Then you can do the thing where you run really quickly down the hall and into different doorways and come out like a
Oh yeah, get some Benny Hill. Yakety Sax starts playing. Trev, you'd make a fantastic Benny Hill.
I love. You know what? I love the yakety sax. Like sometimes we'll do that. We'll find like it works with pretty much any clip. You can take like the most terrifying like clip from a horror movie, like Michael Myers chasing someone with a knife, and you play that song, and it just makes it hilarious. Doesn't matter what it is.
It's so funny. Yes. Very good.
Uh,
All right. Well, let's get back on track. Thank you,
this is why we
guys.
go over an hour.
It is. But it's
Welcome
fun.
back, Trev.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's all good. I love that. Thank you. Let's move on to the next piece of news. We have a couple more pieces of news, and the next one is it's a game that's coming out in June, and it is a Monopoly game, but it's looks very different to a typical Monopoly game. So I thought it was worth mentioning. It's called Star Wars Monopoly Heroes versus Villains. It's coming June 11th, Switch 1 and Switch 2. And Nintendo of America dropped this trailer a couple of days ago. So I saw it in my feed and I watched it and I'm like, what is this? What is going on here? It's like you choose your characters, and I guess you must choose heroes or villains, I suppose. And they kind of have these battles on the board when you're moving around. There's like 3 dice in your hand by the looks of it. When you roll the dice, there's 3 of them. And I guess whoever gets the highest wins the battle. I don't know if that means then you get the property. I don't know. There's not a whole lot of detail in the trailer, but it looks really different and kind of fun. I know Kirk didn't get to do his homework this week, so maybe not. But did Trevor watch the trailer for this?
Well, let's give Kirk the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. Did you watch the trailer, Kirk?
I'm watching it right now.
That counts.
All right, I'll talk while Kirk catches up
It's
on
not
it.
yeah, go for it. It's not a super long trailer, so you'll be fine. It just shows kind of some sort of lightsaber battles between different, like Yoda. Who is it? Is it Yoda and Vader maybe? And then it's like Rey and Kylo. Boba Fett gets sent to jail, which is a Monopoly thing, obviously, but he gets put into carbonite, which is a nice touch.
Wait,
I
is
suppose.
Boba Fett a hero or a villain, or he's kind of both, right?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know which team he's on.
Straddling the line.
Yeah. So what did you think, Trev?
I'll probably play it because I'm a sucker for Star Wars stuff, but there's
Mm.
there's quite a few Monopoly games that I already own, and even the Switch has several.
Mhm.
So it sounds like this one's at least doing something different,
Yeah.
which is good. But I mean, we all know the best Monopoly game is Edna Krabappoli.
Yes.
So there's my Simpson reference for the moment.
How do those Parker brothers sleep at night? Kirk, all caught up?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
What do you think? I know you have mixed feelings on Star Wars, but how does your Monopoly? What do you?
Yeah. Imagine like taking on this game as a fan of Monopoly, not as Star Wars. Like I played all the Monopolies and I rate Star Wars fourth. Well, my first thought was if they were really cool, they would have done the animation in this like that 3D holographic like chess game or whatever they were playing on the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Instead of the way they did it, that would have been so awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
And my second thought was probably not going to get this, but the moment they do Monopoly Godzilla,
Yeah.
I will be all over it because there is a Godzilla Monopoly board game out there. So we're not, it's not out of the question, right?
Yeah,
But
that's
yeah,
true.
if I could do this and then have the Godzilla monsters battling one another instead of, Luke and Rey Skywalker, then yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, I would buy that game.
Yes, that is cool. Yeah, I wonder if this will be the first of many types because I don't recall seeing anything quite like this before, in board version or on like a gaming console. We have one of the Mario ones. I think it's Mario Kart Monopoly, and that's quite different to your traditional Monopoly. Like it's really different. It's really fun. You do races, you compete in different cups and things. You're still buying property along the way, but it's more about winning these races and defeating the bosses at the end. So it's a pretty neat twist on Monopoly. This one says it has a twist as well, so yeah, still not sure what that is, but it certainly looks different from the trailer. Yeah, could be interesting. How many Monopolies do you have on the Switch there, Trev?
I feel like there's a few.
Mm. I have
Um,
like one that's did I review it? I might have reviewed it. That's pretty good. It's like a traditional Monopoly, but it's pretty good. And actually, this episode is airing on May the 4th. So it's actually Star Wars Day today, if you're listening today. So that's kind of a good,
oh wow, I totally blanked.
yeah,
Wait,
related
oh that's
piece of
right.
news.
Wait, it's the second here. That's right. You're ahead of me.
Well, it's the third for me today, but the
Yeah,
episode
you're right.
airs on the 4th. So it'll be
Yeah,
released on the
wow.
4th, which is cool.
May the fourth be with you.
Exactly. Yes. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Anything to add there, Troy, before we move on to our final piece of news?
I'm just looking for on the Switch. There's the regular Monopoly. There's Monopoly Madness. There's New Monopoly. Star
New
Wars
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Why
I
would they
don't
call
know.
it New Monopoly?
I've
Does it make
got the thing is Monopoly's always fun, and I've got a lot of Monopoly video games on old systems and whatnot. But um, yeah, it's you know not to get off topic, but did you guys ever play Fortune Street back on the Wii?
Oh,
That
I
was
do remember that. Yes, I think my
that was like a sort of like a Monopoly game. It was like Mario Party meets Dragon Quest, and it
yeah.
was a Monopoly type game, and that was so much fun. And the series, it's a series that like I guess has done well in Japan, and that was the only entry I think in the states. So
Mm,
if you're gonna stick with Monopoly, bring back Fortune Street, please, Nintendo. I know you're
yeah.
listening.
That is so cool. I'd completely forgot about that. I'm pretty sure my sister had it.
Oh,
And
it's a hidden gem on the Wii. It came out late, I think, in the Wii, if I remember. It was like maybe right before the Wii U came out or
yeah,
something.
so
But
Mario was actually in that.
yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
Mario boards and a lot of Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior boards too. So it was a mismatch. So they
Hmm.
could do the same thing with Star Wars X Godzilla.
Yeah, yes. Would you be into that, Kirk?
No.
Wait,
What?
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 Star
Why
Wars
not?
Godzilla? No. Keep your Star Wars out of my kaiju movies. They do that with the comic books. They have the superheroes fighting them all. I got no time for that.
Wouldn't you be
Just
curious
giant monsters.
how much force energy would it take to tip over Godzilla? I think you would need like
Wouldn't happen. Godzilla's winning every single one of those
you would
fights.
need like
Yeah.
a whole Jedi Council and like
Yeah. Death Star. The Death Star is the only thing that could beat Godzilla.
Yeah,
oh.
that's yeah. How many Death Stars does it take to bring down Godzilla? Sounds like a joke. Cool. Thank you, Trev. Thank you, Kirk. Let's move on to our final piece of news, and it is that Amazon. Now, who put this in? Is this a Trev piece of
I
news here?
did. I wanted to contribute something.
Well, thank you. Do you want to read it out then? Because you know
Um,
about it.
yeah, well, first of all, I don't know if Reggie's on like a book tour or something because I've been out of the loop, but apparently he was doing an interview. A few outlets picked this up. I'm reading from IGN, but Kotaku had it as well. That back in the heyday of the Wii DS, which was like in the late 2000s, maybe early 2010s, that Amazon was trying to secure like some price fixing deals from Nintendo.
Ah.
And I just thought it was interesting that Reggie basically said, no, we're not going to do that. Now, obviously, I don't know what the thinking was. I'm going to presume that, you didn't want to do anything sketchy. It's possible, too, they just didn't do it because there wasn't enough advantage for them. But I just find it interesting thinking from a retail perspective because I've seen how like these giants like Amazon, Walmart can kind of drive out the smaller businesses, and I just think it's nice that Nintendo wouldn't give Amazon those deep discounts. How much into illegality it ventured, I'm not sure, but I think it's ultimately a good thing because, especially nowadays, I mean, we're talking 15 years later, physical media is hanging on by a thread. So I'm glad that there's still
Mm.
mom and pop stores and brick and mortar outlets where we can go and we're not relying on solely on something like Amazon, even though I buy from Amazon all the time.
Yeah, yeah, I think we all do. It's just so convenient. But yeah, you're exactly right. And I love that as well that he said that Reggie said this, and it makes well, it gives Nintendo that glow really that they're a decent company who's not willing to do these kinds of things. So it doesn't make Amazon look too good though, does it?
Uh, and I'll give you a quick example again, not to get too off topic, but um, back in the day, I was a buyer for a small store, and I had to drop a um, basically a line of product, and they asked me why, and I said our customers can go a mile down the road to Walmart and get this for what below what where the wholesale price. I'm
Mm,
like, we'd have to be losing money to match
yeah.
that. And they were trying to just, they'd be like, I'm sorry, but they offer us like, $500,000 upfront cash. It's like we can't turn it down. I'm like, I hear you, but at the same time, I can't keep you because
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
so obviously, I don't know what Amazon offered. I don't know what the incentive was for Nintendo. If it was just more uh, pushing more volume, because the internet was picking up then or whatever. But
Yeah. Well, it's like a guaranteed sale, isn't it? I guess they probably sell what, 1 million or whatever, some big number, and that's done for them, right? And then Amazon just has to push it
I
on. I don't
guess
know. That's
it's like you
interesting.
get into a pricing war, and it's like, yeah, I don't just. I'm glad Nintendo dodged it because you're opening yourself up to a lot of potential headaches.
Yeah, imagine if it came out now that he had done something wrong. It'd be a scandal. Nintendo doesn't need that right now. They're doing pretty well with the Switch
Yeah.
2 and the movies and everything. And something like that comes out, people react very negatively, and it'll show in the sales.
And people remember the negatives. For whatever
Yeah,
reason,
they
human
do.
nature, we remember the negative more than the positive,
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like if Kirk didn't wash the dishes properly, the customers would have complained, but they don't tell you how well you did in washing them. So
That's true. Those times I left gum on the plate because, listen, if it goes through the dishwasher, the gum comes out as clean as the dish. So why am I worried about it? They remember decisions like that, but they don't remember the sparkly clean glasses I gave them all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
In my thinking, if the food's good enough, they lick the plate clean anyway. So how much
Yeah.
cleaning is there?
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
Mm. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention there, Trev. I would like to know more about this book tour that he's doing. Does he have a book out then? Do we know?
Oh, I'm not sure. I was seeing it in the news, and I'm like, why is Reggie doing interviews? I thought maybe he had some kind of promotional tour going on, but I've been
Hmm.
out of the loop, so I don't know. I'm just speculating.
I had not
Maybe
seen
you
any of
guys or
them.
maybe listeners know better.
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. I'll look into it. Yeah, be cool to. He'd be a cool guy to meet. I think he has some good stories. Yeah. Did you ever see
Oh
him at
yeah.
like E3 or anything?
No, by the time I went to E3, wait, was Reggie at the last E3, or was he gone at that point?
I think he was there.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I don't have a recollection of seeing him either. I saw Miyamoto once.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that's
funny. I was
cool.
Um,
flipping through old photos, and I got a blurry shot of Miyamoto. But
yeah, he was like being escorted around by a whole bunch of people, or
Mm.
by a
yeah,
team of people, and it was like you saw him, and I was like, I am not going to go interrupt this man.
just like the
I don't
Pope
care how
waving to
much I
you.
want to thank him. Yeah, this dude gets all the room he needs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair. Very fair. Cool. Well, let's move on to Kirk's Corner. And which interesting, quirky game do you have for us this week?
Again, I've done this. I've done this a few times now. It's a game. I really just have no concept of what this game is, but I don't care because it looks like it's going to be a complete blast. It's called the Immortal John Triptych, which I guess has been out on PC for a while. This release is going to combine different releases in this. It's a point and click adventure game, but boy, we were talking about it ahead of time. Like, imagine Monty Python style animations and humor over top of classic Renaissance paintings, maybe. Um, but it's an anthology, and this release is bringing the following releases into one package: Four Last Things, The Procession to Calvary, and The Death of the Reprobate in one unified package.
Cool.
I'm sure there's going to be video playing, and I imagine what the video is going to be, and you're just going to be seeing a whole lot of odd things going on that you kind of have to actually look at in order to understand. But I can read a bit from the press release here. It says it's 3 Python-esque adventures made from Renaissance painting and reckless ambition. Pilfer from pirates, conspire with cardinals, and face the 4 last things. Explore luscious landscapes and preposterous portraits in this glorious, silly, deeply intelligent trilogy with Metascore critics of 83, 78, and 81, and ratings of overwhelmingly positive across all 3 titles on Steam. Joe Richardson, the developer, has already captivated the hearts, minds, and feet of players and critics alike, and now the pews are about to get a hell of a lot more crowded.
That's a cool description. Yes.
Yeah.
And they used the word Python in there as well, didn't they? Like Python.
Yes.
So they acknowledge that.
Yeah, they know their audience.
Yeah. So this is coming to consoles, but we don't have an actual release date. It's just coming this year. Is that right?
Yeah, later this year. It does single out it's coming to Nintendo Switch 1 and 2. I don't know if there's a difference. Usually, though, when we see both mentioned, well, actually, do we? If both are mentioned, does that mean there will be one for the other, or will they just say, yeah, because they can't just say, I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah, I would have thought it meant a dedicated version, but you're right. It could just be that it's compatible.
I'm not sure now, thinking about it. I feel like...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure. I think if it was on Switch 2 and it had its dedicated version, mouse controls would be nice for point and click.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Works pretty
That's
well in
true.
that for that genre, for sure. Yeah, it looks really interesting, really quirky.
If the press release is any indication, it's also going to be mature.
Right.
There are a lot of expletives used in all the quotes throughout this whole thing, so I imagine. And one of the things it mentions here also is highbrow buffoonery. What is he? Gags about butts are taken very seriously.
Okay. Radio.
I guess that's the best kind of butt gag there is. If you don't want those immature ones.
Highbrow.
Yeah. Highbrow butt gags. It's like that episode of Teen Titans when they went highbrow.
Yes. Teen Titans is Kirk's Simpsons equivalent, I think. Yeah. Thank you. Well, that's awesome. Thank you. We'll report on that again when we have a date, I guess, when we have an actual release date.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll keep an eye on this one. Check Pure Nintendo. I'll be covering this one quite faithfully.
Yeah, because it's definitely going to stand out. Maybe it'll be your game of the year.
We'll see. There's still room.
Thank you, Kirk. Let's move on to the games we're playing. And I'm pretty excited to hear from Trev because I don't want to say it's a positive, but you have had some time during your time off to delve into the quirky world of Tomodachi Life, living the dream. And I'm pretty excited to hear what you think.
Yeah. It's one of those, well, I'm glad to be playing it anyway, but it's one of those that a lot of people are also experiencing. So it's like, oh yeah, I don't want to be missing out when all my friends are playing it type of thing. I wasn't necessarily enamored with the demo, but now I'm in a slightly more creative mindset. So my wife and I, we've been playing together. Actually, kind of like Kirk, wasn't are you and your wife playing together, or is it just your wife?
No, no. Well, she shows me things.
Like,
Uh,
look what Spike's doing.
Yeah, she doesn't
okay.
want me around interrupting her gaming sessions.
Oh, okay. So we actually trade off, but we've been creating Mii's, and what I've been doing, which isn't because with the message to transfer or to use Mii's on your system on my Switch is grayed out. I'm not sure why that is.
Huh.
I tried to look into it more. I thought maybe you have to get to a certain point in the game and then you can have access to it or something, but because I'm like, well, I have all my friends here are Mii's. Can't I just bring them in? But um, anyway, so what I did is I grabbed my 3DS and back then I had a buttload of Mii's. Buttload. I'm thinking of that last game, Renaissance game. So I had my 3DS open, and my wife and I have been recreating them within the Switch, which is actually a lot easier. You can also have the Switch do it for you, right? You can kind of just pick like general things, and they'll whip together a character, which
That's
is
true.
also fun for the less creative types. But yeah, I'm filling up my island with specific Mii's from back in the day, and yeah, it's fun watching them because my wife was expecting like an Animal Crossing type of game, but this is more like a what are we calling it? Like a God game kind of type thing,
Yeah. Hmm.
or like a Sims game maybe, where you can like put the characters together and pick them up and dance them like a little puppet on a string and
Yes.
drop them in locations. It's fun. It's a cute, quirky, sort of simple game, but which I appreciate right now as I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. And like you guys said, I think it was last week's show. I hope Mii's never go away. They remind
Mm.
me of simpler times, better
Yeah.
times in some ways.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna ask you something there, and I don't remember what it is now. But I will just say that our review has gone up onto the Pure Nintendo website. So Kaylin in our team reviewed this one. She loved it. So check out our review on purenintendo.com. I haven't played more than just the demo. I haven't got the full game, but I did really enjoy the demo, and I'm loving hearing about people like your wife, Kirk, like Tierney, who did the Buffy Island. Was there a theme? I think that was the question. Was there a theme to your island? Have you done anything like Simpsons characters or Buffy characters or anything like that?
I have. I doubt you guys would probably know unless, well, if you read my review of Mitopia from years ago, maybe you would because it's the same characters he's in that.
Right.
But I picked a TV show from the late 90s, early 2000s called Daria,
Oh,
which was an
okay.
MTV show that spun off of Beavis and Butthead.
Oh,
Um, check that out if you haven't seen it. It's a great show. I think it's held up in a lot of ways, except for maybe some of the early animation was a little rough. But um, yeah, I'm basing it around characters from that universe and that town.
wow. I've never even heard of that show.
You never heard of Daria?
No, I've never
Oh, have
never
you heard
heard
of
of it.
Beavis and Butthead?
I've heard of Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
Daria was a character on that show.
Oh.
Um, Very unlike them. She was a serious character, and she spun off into her own. I think some of the King of the Hill guys actually maybe worked on Daria.
Oh, okay. Because
Um,
yeah, it's the same look, isn't it? The animation style.
been a while,
Mm.
but
Hmm.
yeah, it's a good show. I think it was on maybe 5 6 years. Had a couple movies.
Yeah, it looks like it had 5 seasons. I don't know, I've never heard. How did I not hear of that? I'm not sure.
No,
Has Kirk heard of that
it
one?
was one of those shows. I'm glad it came back because for a long time it couldn't come out on DVD or streaming because it was tied up into music rights because the show was very based around popular music that was on MTV back in that time period.
Yeah.
So they had to work
Mm.
out a way to get around that. So, but yeah, my characters are all me versions of Daria characters. So
Oh,
I'll
that's
have to
cool.
see if maybe I can post some pics on Blue Sky or something.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you've had the opportunity to play it and enjoy it. Uh, Kirk, have you ever heard of Daria?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Okay. It's just a me thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't in Australia or big in Australia, or maybe I just missed it. I don't know. But Yeah.
It wasn't the
Possible.
same kind of show as Beavis and Butthead. Like, it wasn't as absurd. It was much more grounded.
Mhm.
Yes.
I think, and yeah, Dari was a very sardonic, sort of like above it all kind of teenage character, but quite, still vulnerable at that age. Yeah, it was a good show. It was a very well written show.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you,
Look it up
Trent.
on, I don't know if Netflix has it or whatever, but it's on
Yeah.
some streaming because I have it. So,
Oh, yeah, true. It'll be on something. I'll find out.
yeah.
Let's move on to Kirk to see what you're playing this week.
Well, last week I mentioned I was just starting Akuma Rise, a new Kemco JRPG, retro JRPG, and I talked about how purple it looked. And it is indeed purple.
Yes.
It's also very much the exact type of JRPG you played for numerous times from Kemco. It's it like the combat is good. It kind of like has a grid. You get different attacks you can use, and they can attack different areas of the grid. So depending on how the enemies are lined up, you kind of like pull different special attacks to do more damage to them. I like that. The characters are kind of fun and quirky. I like that too. Otherwise, it's kind of the same thing. I working through the dungeons, the battles have all been very easy. The story moves along at a decent clip, but it's not terribly involving yet. I'm waiting to see if things will pick up a bit more. But yeah, if anyone's considering this game right now and doesn't want to wait for my review, my thought would just be it's kind of in the middle of the Kemco JRPGs we've played in the past. Nothing great, nothing bad. Just here it is. Like I said, it's kind of like comfort food for retro JRPG fans.
Sounds good, I guess. Yeah.
I have a question for Kirk because we know Kimco appreciates our coverage. What do we have to do as writers to convince Kimco, or in this case, EXE Create, to stop with the your character awakes with no memory? Because I feel like every other game, it's that jumping off point.
uh yeah, like I want to be there on the writing meetings when they're putting this together and they're coming up with the idea, and after 3 or 4 different tries someone's like, how about this? How about we start with a character who doesn't know who he is or how he got there?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why, because like most of the time, like in this game, other than like we're probably heading to some sort of twist. Like it sets up a built-in twist that you can do later on who the character is. I don't see how it brings any value to the story overall. If having everyone else knows what's going on, but one person doesn't. Like why? Like either have none of them know what they're doing, or let them all just kind of like be in on it. And we're going to go fight this battle. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I'll write that in. I'll make a comment on that. And our contact at Kemco, who's been our contact forever, and I've met before, great guy at E3, and to see if we pull any weight.
Yeah. Yeah. It is an interesting trope, I guess, but that's like
That's their comfort food, is having the amnesiac.
yeah.
That's their writing comfort food.
They don't know how to write a
Yeah.
story without starting that way.
It's like naming Poochie, and they're like, "Oh, just call him Poochie, but something edgier."
Yeah.
So Poochie, okay, yeah.
Well, you know what? All those Pokemon games start with you picking amongst 3 different Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why is it always 3? Come on, start
Uh,
me off with one. Give me 12.
uh,
Let's be fair.
That's too
All
many.
games.
I have a hard enough time choosing one of 3.
Mario platformers always start with him on the left, running to the right. Come on, but let's mix this up. Are we being unfair to Kemco?
hey, wait, they did that Luigi one, and was it the NES remix game where he ran from right to left?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Very bold
Bold
move.
move, yes. They should do more of that, I think. I reckon. That's cool. Oh, well, thank you, Kirk. We look forward to hearing your full thoughts, the mid thoughts that you are having.
Yep. The
Just
review should be up this week. Not by the time this airs, but soon thereafter.
nice. Just quickly to go back to Daria, if anyone in Australia is listening and interested, it is on Paramount Plus, apparently. I'm seeing. So there you go. Maybe I'll check out an
Oh,
episode or 2.
yeah. I'd start quoting Dario with you if you
Yeah?
can
Okay. What's a
catch up
classic
with me.
line that Daria would say? Does she have a catchphrase?
Um, Dario is so generally serious. I feel like the funny lines are from the other characters. Dario is very sarcastic, um,
Okay.
or sardonic, like Kirk said.
Mm. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about it if what I quote in general life. I'll think about it while we talk about the next
Okay.
game.
Well, I'll just dip back into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth just quickly, the demo, because I have been playing that, and I wanted to talk a bit about the style, the action based fighting style, I guess, because it's really fast paced. It's yeah, you attack, and I think it's a bit Xenoblade-y the way it works. And correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played a lot of Xenoblade, but I think you attack, and it kind of almost brings you to the character when you press the attack button. Is that how that sort of works sometimes? Do you know what I mean? Like it sort of pulls you towards them. You don't have to like walk right up to them and aim your sword and hit them in the right spot. You
Oh, I
kind
get what you're saying. Like you have like a little
Kind of like
switch.
an auto attack.
kind of, yeah. Like you're pressing the attack button, but it kind of takes you to the right person at the right time.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. So it's that style. And I love, and this is why I think you would love this game, Kirk, because Cloud is a soldier in an army, but if you look at him with his cool hair and his black outfit and his the type of army, he's a type of soldier that has a giant sword. Like other people have guns, but he's got this like overly huge sword. But it's just so cool. He's just so cool. And so in this game, the part that I mentioned earlier, where your Cloud is telling a story of the past, and he's younger, and this is kind of one of his first missions, and he's working with this character called Sephiroth, who a lot of people will know, and Cloud is now working with him. It's sort of so not now working with him. This is in the past. In the past, he was working with Sephiroth, and so I'm like, wow, what happened here? What's the
I'm gonna say that'd
story?
be tricky if it was the future. I'm not sure how that'd
Yeah,
work.
yeah, exactly. So, and because I've not played these, I hadn't played Final Fantasy VII, the original. I don't really know the story that well. I only know what I've played in the first game, which I haven't finished. And I know Sephiroth was in that one briefly, like as an antagonist, kind of teasing Cloud a little bit with visions and stuff. So I'm like, what had happened? Why did Sephiroth go bad, or what happened between these two characters? So that's the melodrama, Kirk. For you. Yeah, and you at the start of the game in the demo in chapter 1, you're sort of going back to Cloud's hometown for this mission that he's doing. And yeah, he has to visit a whole lot of people, like his mom, and uh, one of his close friends lives right next door. So it's an interesting little story that's unfolding. And I don't know how much of this was in the original game, because this is this expanded version where they've added a lot more detail and taken a few liberties, I guess, with the story. So I don't know how much of this was in the original, but it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. So yeah, I won't go too much into it because I've already kind of covered it, but that's a little bit more detail about Rebirth. Shall we flip back to Kirk for another game?
Yeah, and I feel bad because I think our readers got or listeners got used to us coming in an hour, and we're Trev's back, so there are three of us. We're pushing that along too far, or maybe they don't care.
Sorry.
But anyway, I'm stalling for no reason to talk about Starbites. This is a game that I mentioned before, and I think it was a Kirk's Corner, coming out from NIS America. Is that right? Let me see. Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of it's turn-based JRPG. It's set in this planet called Bitter, which was a wonderful planet until an interstellar war kind of destroyed it as the fighting was going on. And this is the people who are left behind now on this desolate planet. Our main character, Lukita, desperately wants to get off the planet. Everyone on the planet is in debt. It's kind of like they're kept that way. They're not allowed out. They just got to constantly keep working to pay off their debts. She gets a hold of a ticket somehow that's going to help her get away and immediately has it stolen. Um, and in the fights to get that back starts to uncover more about what's going on, and how, her struggle is going to be something bigger. But it's all done with kind of like a very bright animated style. It doesn't look as dark or foreboding as most JRPGs. It looks a little, I want to say, old. Like, I think the graphics on this probably would have fit okay on the Wii.
Mm.
And but the main thing is the battles. It's got a good turn-based system where, you're using the typical things. You have a basic attack, you have a special attack. As you attack enemies, you find out what their weaknesses are, and then you can exploit that with the different people you're taking in. It looks like I think you could get up to 6 people on your team. I only have 3 at the moment. 3 have gone into battle, so I don't know how that works. I know you can have backup just on the way the user interface works, but I don't know if you could take more than 3 people into battle at a time. But so far, it's a fun game. Like I said, it's a little bit lighter and breezier than some other games you may have played in this style, but pretty good. And this one is coming out May 21st.
Cool. So you've got a copy. You're reviewing this one, I take it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. They've given you a couple of weeks in advance to get into it. Do you think it's a
Yeah.
long game?
I don't. I can't say for sure. I've only played it for like a few hours at this point, but I
Mm.
will say I've gotten a lot further in the skill tree than I
Mm.
would have thought.
Right.
So if the skill tree kind of fills up, in line with or in sync with the story, then yeah, it can't be that long.
Mm.
But who knows? Because I know you could totally reset the skill tree and start over if you want to put your points towards a different ability.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
Cool. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, it was May the 21st, and it's Switch 1, isn't it? But I assume it's Switch 2 compatible. Do we know if it is?
Yes, it is. I'm playing on the Switch too, and that's part of it too. Like, one of the things that's letting me down on this are the graphics, especially during the cutscenes,
Mm.
are really a bit muddy and not very detailed. It's just not what I'm used to, even on Switch, even before Switch 2.
Yeah, interesting.
So, I don't want to complain about it too much because who knows what they're going to address and fix up before release.
Yeah, they've got a
Um,
few weeks. They might have some patches in
yeah.
store. It is interesting. I wonder if they've deliberately gone with an older style for some
Yeah, that
reason.
could be too. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But unless it's obvious that that's the case, which it might not be, because looking at the trailer, it does look like you said it's nothing fancy. It could be a Wii game, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I like the designs, the character designs, and the
yeah.
enemies as you're fighting them. I like those quite a bit. But yeah, just the way they're presented seems a bit, um, I don't know, not done.
And is Starbites the name of their crew, or?
I haven't even gotten to that point. I have no idea yet,
Oh, okay,
where
interesting.
that name comes from. I mean, yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
I was wondering that, so I hadn't considered that. So maybe that's the case. I'll let you know next
yeah.
week.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Kirk. I'll just quickly mention one more game before we close things off, and that this is a game I've already mentioned, which is Back to the Dawn. In a previous episode, I mean, I've mentioned this one. I just want to revisit it quickly because I have been spending a fair bit of time with this one, more than I probably expected. It is a review game. I will be writing up my review very soon because this is the one where you have to escape from jail, and you're the journalist who's been kind of framed. It's so fun. I just had such a good time with this game, which is really it's good for a review, I suppose. But I'm probably spending more time with it now than I need to in terms of writing the review. I need to get the review done and then I can go back and play it. But it's just there's so much to do in this game, and I keep finding things to do and keep finding new pathways because the story that's unfolding as you're trying to exonerate yourself, that's one thing. There's also several escape routes that you can try to find. So you concentrate on this one, but then you need certain abilities to get over here, and so you get stuck, and then you go back and try to talk to some inmate. But it's all very it's so fun and interesting the way they've done it with the characters, the dialogue. It's really kind of tongue in cheek. Like there's this character whose name is Walter, and I mentioned that they're all anthropomorphic animal, like they're anthropomorphic. They're animals who walk like humans, and there's 47 of these inmates, and one of them is called Walter. He's a skunk, And does this sound familiar? He's a chemist who was a teacher and who quit his job and made some illicit substances in his basement. They're all kind of takeoffs of something in real life, in a way. They're not all like that. That's pretty obvious. It's a Breaking Bad reference, but it's
Oh wait, I was gonna say, what is it referring to?
it's
I never
Breaking
saw
Bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Oh,
Yeah, and I haven't even seen Breaking Bad, and I got the reference. Because Walter's the main character. He was a chemist teacher. Yeah,
well, don't watch it till you watch Daria.
yeah. No, I won't. There's like 8 seasons of Breaking Bad. I think it's supposed to be really good. It's one I'm meant to watch, but I haven't got around to. But yeah, it's like that sort of cool little humor. There's these little tidbits filtered through. Like there's 3 gangs. One's headed by a chimpanzee, and his name is Caesar. Which, if you've seen the Planet of the Apes movies, I think Caesar was the
Oh yeah,
main.
Yep.
Yep. So it's like that. There's like little references, which is really cool. So yeah, it's just neat, and it's like at the start a day, because it's that time-based mechanic. A day didn't take very long because you're just kind of trying to get a permit to do some work in the laundry or whatever. Then you do some work, you earn some money, you buy some things, you go to bed, whatever. But now the days are taking much longer because I'm exploring a lot more. And thankfully, when you're exploring, the time doesn't pass by unless you're picking a lock or unless you're talking to someone, having that conversation. That passes some time. Doing work passes time. But generally, if you're walking around in this, like the sewers, for example, you could walk around as much as you want. And then when you find something to do, then that's when the time passes. So yeah, like the other day, my guy was up till well past 2 a.m. trying to find a new pathway in the sewers that I discovered. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a door here. How do I get into this door? So yeah, there's always something happening. It's just unlocking further and further, and it's really interesting. I think it's really well made. It's really well designed. So watch my full review, and then I can take another game, another review game. But yes, any questions for me or anything you'd like to add, guys, before we do close things off for the week? Because we are now at the end of the show. Anything to add?
I'm good. Trev?
yeah. We're already 12 minutes here. So.
Yeah, which is pretty good for us, really. But anyway,
Yeah.
no, thank you both for joining me this week. It's good to have you back, Trev. Thank you, listeners. We hope you enjoyed this show. Let us know which games you're playing this week, any of the ones that we've mentioned, if they are of interest to you. If you would like to follow us on social media, please head on over to Blue Sky and Instagram and follow us over there. If you'd like to support us, you can get your hands on a copy of the Pure Nintendo magazine by heading over to patreon.com/PureNintendo and subscribe to the next issue. Kirk, did we have an update? They're gone, aren't they? The current issue's
They
out.
are out.
Yes.
If you don't already have one, go out to your mailbox. It may be there.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Enjoy the issue. We'd love to know your thoughts. Let us know your favorite articles or what you've enjoyed reading. Tag us on social media. We'd love to hear from you. The next issue we've begun production of the next issue, so stay tuned for more details. I've mentioned a few times, if you're in Brisbane, you can go to the Comic Book Cafe in Albion to pick up a copy. The guys there will also be at something called Collect Fest next week, which is May the 11th or something. Sorry, I'm not sure the exact date, but it's that weekend, or it's the 9th and 10th, something like that. It's the weekend coming up, and Collect Fest is a big event where people come and swap and buy collectible items, and the Pure Nintendo magazine will be there also. So keep an eye out for it there. Grab yourself a copy, and thank you for listening. Until next week, game on, everybody. Bye.
See ya.